गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान ब्रह्मण्योतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेद वेदान्तवेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधे वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। चतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायण। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। We'll read Sutras 135. स्मृत्यनवकाश प्रसंगः इति चेत् नान्यस्मृत्यनवकाशदोषः प्रसंगात् इतरेषां च अनुपलब्धेः एतेन योगः प्रत्युक्तः। We'll read page 454. 455 I have not read, I think. Please repeat. Etena Sankhya Smriti Pratyakyanena Yoga Smritirapi Pratyakyata Drashtavyeti Atidishati Tatrapi Shruti Virodhena Pradhanam Swatantram Eva Karanam Mahadadini Cha Karyani Aloka Veda Prasiddhani Kalpyante Nanvevam Sati Samananyatva Purvena Eva Etadgatam किमर्थं पुनरतिदिश्यते अस्ति हि अत्र अभ्यधिष्का शंका सम्यक् दर्शनाभ्युपायः सम्यक् दर्शनाभ्युपायः हि योगः वेदे विहितः श्रोतव्यो मन्तव्यो निदिध्यासितव्यः इति त्रिरुन्नतम् स्थाप्य समं शरीरम् इत्यादिना च आसनादि कल्पना पुरस्सरम् बहुप्रपञ्चम् योगविधानम् श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदि दृश्यते लिंगानि च वैदिकानि योग विषयाणि सहस्रशः उपलभ्यन्ते तां योगम् इति मन्यन्ते स्थिराम् इन्द्रियधारणाम् इति विद्यामेताम् योगविधिं च कृत्स्नम् इति चैवमादीनि योगशास्त्रेऽपि अथ तत्त्वदर्शनोपायो योगः इति सम्यक् दर्शनाभ्युपायत्वेनैव एव योगः अङ्गीक्रियते अतः सम्प्रतिपन्नार्थैकदेशत्वात् अष्टकादि स्मृतिवत् योग स्मृतिरपि अनपवदनीया भविष्यतीति यम् अभ्यधिका शंका यम् अभ्यधिका शंकातिदेशेन निवर्त्यते अर्थैकदेश सम्प्रतिपत्तावप्यर्थैक सम्प्रतिपत्ता सम्प्रतिपत्तावप्यर्थैक सम्प्रतिपत्तावप्यर्थैक देश विप्रतिपत्तेः पूर्वोक्ताया दर्शना सतिषु अपि अध्यात्म विषयासु भव्येषु स्मृतिषु सांख्य योग स्मृत्योः एव निराकरणे यत्नः कृतः सांख्ययोगौ हि परमपुरुषार्थ साधनत्वेन लोके प्रख्यातौ शिष्टैश्च परिगृहीतौ लिंगेन च श्रौतेन उपब्रह्मितौ तत्कारणं सांख्ययोगाभिपन्नं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः इति। निराकरणं तु न सांख्यज्ञानेन वेदनिरपेक्षेण योगमार्गेण वा निःश्रेयसम् अधिगम्यते इति। श्रुतिर्हि वैदिकाद् आत्मैकत्व विज्ञानात् अन्यनिःश्रेयस साधनं वारयति तमेव विदित्वा अतिमृत्यमेति नान्यः पन्थाः विद्यते यनाय इति। द्वैतिनो हि ते सांख्या योगाश्च न आत्मैकत्वदर्शिनः यत्तु दर्शनम् उक्तम् तत्कारणं सांख्ययोगाभिपन्नम् इति। वैदिकम् एव तत्र ज्ञानं ध्यानं च सांख्ययोग शब्दाभ्याम् अभिलप्यते प्रत्यासत्तेः इति अवगन्तव्यम्। येन तु अंशेन न विरुध्येते तेन इष्टम् एव सांख्ययोगस्मृत्योः सावकाशत्वम् तद्यथा असंगो ह्यहम् यं पुरुषः इति एवम् आदि श्रुति प्रसिद्धम् एव पुरुषस्य विशुद्धत्वं निर्गुण पुरुष निरूपणेन सांख्यैः अभ्युपगम्यते तथा च योगैरपि अथ परिव्राडीव वर्णवासामुण्डो परिग्रहः इति एवमादि श्रुति प्रसिद्धम् एव निवृत्तिनिष्ठत्वम् प्रव्रज्यादे उपदेशेन अनुगम्यते एतेन सर्वाणि तर्कस्मरणानि प्रतिवक्तव्यानि तान्यपि तर्कोपपत्तिभ्याम् तत्त्वज्ञानाय उपकुर्वन्तीति चेत् उपकुर्वन्तु नाम तत्त्वज्ञानं तु वेदान्तवाक्येभ्य एव भवति न अवेदवित् मनुते तं बृहन्तं तं तु औपनिषदं पुरुषं पृच्छामि इति एवमादिश्रुतिभ्यः I think we had completed the first adhikaran. Na? So, Itresham Chanupalabdhehe, this sutra is over. And we had not started the second adhikaran. Or did we start it? Okay, so this is now 2.1.2.1. Three, 2.1.2.2. This is the third sutra actually. 3. No? 2.1.2.3. This is the third sutra of this pada. And of this adhikaran, second adhikaran of the first pada is the first sutra. So what is the sutra here? Etena yoga pratyuktaha. This is the sutra here. Let us now go into detail. It is a simple sutra, and for your information and your good news that this adhikaran has only one sutra. It is known as Yoga Pratyuktadhikaranam. See the word? It is written here, Yoga Pratyuktadhikaranam. This is the sutra here. Now this is the name of adhikaran. See here, yoga means what? Yoga means yoga smriti. Patanjali Yoga Sutras are mentioned by the word yoga here. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. You remember I said smriti word will be used for Sankhya smriti, Yoga smriti, Nyaya smriti and Vaisheshika smriti also. So here yoga is like this. Yoga smriti. And what is the meaning of pratyukta? Negation, refutation. It's called pratyukta. So yoga pratyukta means what? Refutation or negation of the yoga philosophy. Etena. Eten means by the same reason. By the same reason, the yoga philosophy is refuted. Which reason? We will see that. Now, the general introduction to this Adhikaran. You remember that Yoga and Sankhya go together, and Nyaya and Vaisheshik go together. What is the difference between Yoga and Sankhya? Any difference is there between Yoga and Sankhya? No? Huh? Bolo? What's the difference between Yoga and Sankhya? I have told it. Yeah? Yoga accepts Ishvara, and Sang does not accept Ishvara. Kaya klesha vipak ashaihi aparamrishta purush vishesha Ishvara. This is the sutra in Yoga. Sa purvesham api guruhu kalena navacchedat sarvagyatvam niratishayam. Tasya vachakah pranavah tajjapah tadartha bhavanam. So he accepts Ishvara. Sang says no Ishvara is required. So in both Jeev and Jagat are accepted. And in both the Purush is Chetan and Asanga and many. But Sankhya does not accept the Ishvara. Second point is that Ashtang Yoga is in Yoga. Ashtang Yoga, all of you know, which are our 8. And loudly, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pranayam, loudly, Pratyahar. Then Dharana, Dhyan, good. Somehow you made it. So, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pratyahar. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. This is the Ang. Ang. And what is the Angi? Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So this is the meaning of the whole thing. What is the word meaning now? The word meaning. Etena. Ete means by this reason. By this reason. By this reason, by what reason? Previous reason. By the reason by how which Sankhya was refuted. Sankhya was refuted by which reason? That it is not in the Vedas. So Sankhya Smriti is not in the Vedas. That Jagat Karan is Achetan. Etena. So by this reason. Okay. Okay, fine. What is written here now? Why you have to refute Yoga? I'll tell you why. Because in the Vedas and in the Gita also, the Yoga word is used many times. So, therefore, Yoga is being refuted here in this sutra. It is better to refute the Yoga than to refute the Vedas. He said, but the Patanjali, he said, we are not concerned about Kapila and Patanjali, we are concerned about what is said in the Vedas. So when we reject the yoga and with Sankhya yoga, please note, we are rejecting only that part of Sankhya yoga which is contradictory to Vedanta. What is in alignment with the Vedas and Vedanta, that we are not refuting. This is an important point. Some portion of Sankhya is accepted. Sang says Purush is Asanga. Vedanta says fine. Sang says Purush is Chetan. Vedanta says absolutely fine. Sang says Prakriti is Trigunatmika. Vedanta says fine. So when you study the Sankhya and Yoga, you have to be discriminative enough to take the non-contradictory part and leave the contradictory part. This you have to do with every person also, not only Sankhya. Every person, if you find, you have to live like a bee, honey bee. So you have to pick up Madhukar Saris Sant Gungrahi. You have to pick up the best portion in a person and leave the rest. Don't pick up the worst. Normally we do like that. If something wonderful is there, you pick up that portion. Okay. Lot of good portion are in Sankhya and Yoga. I will indicate that. So it is partially acceptable. Even Nyaya also, Nyaya Darshan. Nyaya teaches you how to think logically. So logic portion is from Nyaya. Ashtanga portion is from Yoga. Purvamimamsa teaches the importance of karma. Adrisht, that karma will have root. What else remains? Yoga, Sankhya. Sankhya teaches about asangata of Purusha and Prakriti. So every darshan has some portion which is grahya, which is acceptable, and some portion which is non-acceptable. So we are not cutting it. That is called a blanket cut. We are not having a blanket cut. We are taking a part and leaving the unacceptable part. No? This way you are trying to equip yourself better with somebody. So when you meet a person, always find what is in him which I can take from him. What is in him which I can still imbibe. But Ved Vyas Bhagwan says that Nyaya and Vaisheshik we have little to take. More we tell me why? Because their Atma itself is inert. We can take a lot from Sankhya and Yoga. And therefore, we have to study Sankhya and Yoga. At least Yoga one should study. In your Mantra Pushpam, Patanjali Yoga Sutras are there at the end. My Mantra Pushpam doesn't have, because it is a old one. But the small one has. You have small Mantra Pushpam. Or big one you have. Big one. So you are all big people. So it doesn't matter. So they were thinking I'll give a small one more. So you have big one. So towards the end, you will see that. Try to read the sutras. I know, but when you see small, you are tempted that I also want the small one. That is small one. It's very handy. No need for that. So, Sankhya and Yoga, they are useful. I'm repeating it. Sankhya is useful for Vivek of Prakriti and Purush. Vivek means discrimination. And Yoga is useful for meditation and sadhana. The description of mind is excellent in yoga. Even Shankaracharya quotes in his Gita Bhashya the importance of, he uses the word Chitrapacharak, that they are really masters in that. So some aspect you have to take from that. Don't outrightly reject and don't outrightly accept also. This is with every person also. When you are attached to somebody, everything about him appears very good. And when you hate somebody, everything about him appears bad. So this is what we lose in our life. And to put this point, Shankaracharya, see, he's saying, see the page 455. It is said here, regarding yoga, there is more doubt. Samyak darshanabhyupayo hi yogo vede veda. Yoga means meditation. So, lot of Upanishad talk about meditation. And then he's quoting, Shrotavyo mandavyo nididhyasidavya iti. This is from Brihadaranyaka. Then he quotes Shvetashvatara. Nirunnatam sthapya samam shariram. That means, Nirunnatam means sit with straight head, neck and back. Ityas dina cha asanadi kalpana purassaram bhav prapancham yog vidhanam shvetashvata. So yoga meditation has been mentioned. Then he says Kathopanishad also. Lingani cha Vaidikani yog vishayani sahasrasha uplabhyante. So what is in Kathopanishad? Tam yogamiti manyante stiram indriya dharanam. With controlled senses, you are sitting. He is quoting it. Vidyam etam yog vidyam cha pritsnam. Now he's seeing all this thing. See, yoga means nididhyasana. See, in the Anandgiri Tika, third line you see, Nididhyasanam Yoga, page 455. Nididhyasanam Yoga. But see, Bhashakar's intelligence, you see. He says, the first line, next page, 456. Keep on referring to Bhashya. This is our light through which you go in the scriptures. Like, mine workers are. So mine workers have a torch here. They go down. They dig and go down. It's total darkness. It's quite inside. It's not only one hole. Tunnels after tunnels. Kilometers. A lot of accidents are there, therefore. Quite a deep they go. It's total dark. So they have a torch here. That band is there. In India, whole thing went down. I mean, the erosion of the soil was, they got buried or. So it is said here. So this bhash is like a torch entering into the meaning of that. Therefore, I'm reading it to make your mind little alert. He says that in Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Yoga Shastre api, see? Yoga Shastre api ath tattva darshanopaya yoga. He's saying Tatra darshan. I'm telling you the means of experience of the self. So meditation is not the final product. It is only a means. Iti samyak darshana abhyupayatvenaiva yogo angikriyate. I hope you are clear. So yoga is not the final. Final means it is a means. So meditation is the means and not the goal. Okay. So this is called. So who are more useful in all darshan? Sankhya and yoga. Although all have certain use, even Charvak has use. Charvak says that, Bradam kratpa dugdam pibet. Take loan and drink milk. They are so shy. There also they have a point. They say that if you want to take loan, you should have credibility. Otherwise, nobody will give you loan. How anybody can give you loan? If you go and take loan from the bank, they will ask you all the bank statement, whatever you have from other banks also. Supposing you have taken from Net Bank, and you are in this, what is this bank called? Standard Bank. You are going to take loan from a Standard Bank. Now and if you have a loan in other banks also, they will ask for all your statement. Not only that, they will ask what is your income, and they will ask that what is your record of paying back the loans. Security also. So if you have not paid properly the last few years, so they won't give the loan because they have already suffered a lot. This temple, they are not giving the loan. They say because you can't put the security of the land, people will fight. If the bank takes away the temple, people will revolt. So temple, mosque, those areas, they are reluctant to give the loan as this is security. We wanted this, but they refused. So you cannot just get loans so easily now. It's difficult. Banks have become difficult. Have become quite tough. Once upon a time, bank were easier. But people took advantage of that. Many did not pay away. Discovered and declared themselves bankrupt. I mean, they gave the money to somebody else, their own money. And themselves they declared bankrupt. People are also not less. These insurances, this Sunil was saying, Sunil, Raksha's husband, and many fake insurances people claim. You say politicians are corrupt, but ordinary people is also corrupt. Very easily we blame politicians. But when I heard how they fake the accident sometime and claim a big amount, cheating, sheer cheating. How they fake the funerals. And sometimes it is in 500,000, 1 million, that life insurances. Sunil Vasi. I was surprised. I said, ordinary person. He said, yes. This ordinary person. So that was not a good thing to hear. So here also, Charvak also says that take loan and drink milk. But that Charvak says itself means you should have some good name to get the loan. Otherwise, how long you can take loan and survive? And if you don't give back some amount, that the person will think that this person doesn't work at all. He is not working at all. So the property which you have mortgaged or you have put as a security, they can claim it. They can evict it. They say, do move out. I can move out. Please, all of you, get out. So because the papers are with the bank, a title deed, bank keeps it till you pay the whole amount. You know what? I'll not do all this. You don't. You don't know why. These are common sense thing. You should know it. You are all now not minor. You are major now. You are above 19, 20 years. I think this common sense, you should all have that. I also did not know all these things. So when you sit, you start educating yourself. What is there, what is not there. So from Sankhya and Yoga, we have to take certain things. And therefore, because we take a lot from them, they are called Shishta Parigraha Smriti. Shishta Parigraha Smriti. Shishta Parigraha Smriti. See, Satishu api Adhyatma Vishayashu Bhavishu Smritishu Sankhya Smrityoho Yoga Smrityoho Eva Nirakarane Karnadama. See the word here. 5th line. Page 456. Sankhya Yoga Hi. Underline that. Sankhya Yoga Hi Parama Purushartha Sadhanatvena Loke Prakhyatau. We saw? Didn't get. This is the second, 5th line. Right side. Right side of the left page. Don't go on the right page. Underline that. Sankhya Yoga Hi Parama Purushartha Sadhanatvena. Because it is a means for moksha. Loke Prakhyatau. In the world it is known. Sishtaischa Parigrihitau. By great people this is accepted. Lingena cha Shrautena Upabrihitau. And therefore we are accepting. They are called Shishta Parigraha Smriti. I hope you are clear. Nyaya and Vaisheshik, they are called Shishta Aparigraha Smriti. They are not taken a lot by the wise people. They are not taken a lot. So they are called Shishta Aparigraha Smriti. Now comes a word of caution, red light. What do we mean by that? Because we are taking heavily from them, so we have to know what we should not take us. And what we should not take, we will discuss that. So, non-contradictory ideas are what? So, what is not to be taken? Number one, Srishti Prakriya is contradictory. Sankhya Srishti Prakriya. Srishti Prakriya means stages of creation. Stages of creation or division of creation, as mentioned in the Sankhya. Yesterday you discussed about that, no? I told you. Who knows what their Prakriya? Prakriti was there. Second. Mahat, then Ankar, then no. After Ankar, then five essence of or 20. Purusha is there. So 25. 1 plus Prakriti, Mahat, Ahankar plus 20. Man Buddhi. Man Buddhi, I think. Did you see that sutra which I had mentioned? Okay. So this Prakriya, this stage of creation mentioned by Sankhya, it doesn't occur in Vedas. They are not as per the Vedas. And therefore, Srishti Prakriya should not be blindly taken. But interesting point is that Bhagavad Puran, other Puran, they heavily borrow Sang Srishti Prakriya. Clear? Why? Even Bhagwan Krishna borrows in Bhagavad Gita. Why he borrows when it is not clear? Anybody can guess? Why they borrow? Because anyway it has to be negated. Well, let him come, we'll drop at certain time. We don't want to take him. We are going to drop on the way we'll drop. So if he comes, no problem. On the way we'll drop that. Because Srishti is a Dhyaro, superimposition in Vedanta. And it is to be dropped later or sooner. So, Upaya Swavataraya. But Bhashyakar wants that we have to be little careful. In Bhagavad Gita also, second chapter, Esha te bhita sankhye buddhi yoge to mam shrunu buddhya yuktya partha karmbandham prahasyasi. Sankhya word is used in second chapter. Sang word is used in fifth chapter. So their Sang word is used in Vedanta, meaning of Vedanta. Not that Sankhya Smriti, their word is used. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan describes about Atma, how Atma alone is one. And then he says, I described Sankhya. That means he was describing to that. So in Bhagavad Gita, Sankhya word has a meaning of Vedant and not Sankhya Smriti. Please be careful. And in fifth chapter also Bhagavan says, Sankhya Yoga Prathak Balaha Parvadantina Panditaha Ekam Apyasthita Samyak Ubayor Vindate Phalam Yat sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyan cha yogam cha ya pashyati sa pashyati. So Sankhya word is used for Vedanta and not this Sankhya. I have told many times, word, please note which reference it is coming. Per se word does not have a meaning. Per se word does not have a meaning. Okay. So you have to be a little careful. In Bhagavad Gita, yoga word has come many times. And yoga word has come in two meanings. One meaning is meditation also, and one meaning is karma yoga also. Buddhi yoge to mam shunu. Their yoga word is for karma yoga. Esha te beta sankhye buddhi yoge to buddhi yogam to mam shunu. You hear about buddhi yoga. So their yoga word is used for karma yoga. Dhyan dena. Sankhya yoga prithak balaha. So their yoga word is used for buddhi yoga. Sorry, karma yoga. And sometimes yoga word is used for meditation. So you have to be little extra cautious while hearing Gita section. If you are not careful, we'll mix the whole thing. And after mixing, you will get little more confused. So what you got after Vedanta studying? Confusion. So that should not be there. There is where teacher helps. Without teacher, we get confused, and with this confusion, we'll create more problem. Like Vigyan word is there. Vigyan word. Jnanam teham savigyanam idam vakshyam sheshatah. So Vigyan, you know what it means? Science, like you have art and science. So you know that you say in universities, there's art faculty, there's science faculty. So science faculty is translated as Vigyan. So somebody had come in Johannesburg and Kirtida was there. So she has a class in Gita. That person was from same place, India. And where he studied this. He said, you know, in Gita, Vigyan word means science. So because he was trying to put his own knowledge there. Those who don't go through a proper tradition, you will only guess what is the meaning of that. So their guesswork is not what is intended. It has to be very carefully put. One such word is there. I hope you are very strict with the meaning of the word. Don't use it loosely because it will affect your sadhana then. Because if you loosely use it, you will not know what exactly this word is. See, here it is written, Nirakaranam tu Sankhya Jnanena. Last third line from the bottom. Nirakaranam tu Sankhya Jnanena Veda nirapekshena yog margen va nishreyasam adhigamyate iti. We have refuted Sankhya and Yoga. Where they did not follow the scriptures. Shruti Vedikat Atmaikatva Vijnanad Anya Nishreyasa Sadhanam Varyati. Shruti himself refutes the one other than the oneness of Atma and self. And then he says here, and he quotes Shvetashvatar. Lot of Shvetashvatar is quoting. Tvamev viditva ati mrityumeti nanya pantha vidyate anaya. He says, Dvaitino hi te sankhyaha yogascha. His Sankhya and Yoga both are dualist because they believe in many Atma and the world is also real. So there is no oneness of the consciousness. And therefore I am refuting that. Okay? This is about Sankhya Yoga. So in spite of all these warnings, people, it is their habit to get confused. People have made their habit to think wrongly with very small amount of data. Before you think, please collect all the data. Supposing I have to infer about you. Why you did like that? You did not tell and went away. Or why you did not come. Or why you were talking. Before I say I should get all the data about you, then only I can properly think about your case. Why you went there? Why you are talking? And I have to find out is any health issue is there, or he has some problem, or he got a phone call, or what is his problem? Is something bothering him? Then only I can get all information and my decision can be right. If I just take some data and then start giving my decision, it will be half-cooked and wrong decision. So when you infer about anybody, this should be your habit. Any issue. So don't just jump to any conclusion. Please say what happened, how it started, how it progressed. This is your logical thinking is very important. If you don't think logically, you will end up in more problem than what you are already. You know this Italy, how this COVID started in Italy. You know or you don't know? These China, some people from China came in Italy. And there, so they said this COVID is there, we should not touch. So these Chinese people, they said you are discriminating against me. You are discriminating against me. It's against the human way of living. So their mayor of Italy, he made one movement, embraced the Chinese. There's a video on that. So Chinese used to stand and everybody, somebody standing on the road, and as a mark of broad-mindedness, so-called, everybody went and embraced and hugged and kissed. This person is standing, hundreds used to come just to show that we are one. And Italy was one of the worst sufferers of the COVID cases. That mayor was badly, they said he should be hanged. So don't think, don't do anything without lot of data and view, sufficient consideration. Rather meet experienced person, meet somebody who is adept in that area, who is an expert in that area, who is the authority in that area. Don't make any statements, don't conclude on any topic. What you think there is more, there could be more than that. And many times I feel there is more than that. Many times I feel that but we are in a bad habit of rushing, jumping to conclusions, rushing to understand something. There is where meeting helps, the committee meetings, because there are another viewpoint also. I have a viewpoint, but other person has more information, so he can suggest this is also there. This should be our habit. It should not become. So don't be in a. This is called animalistic way. If animal sees, this is the dogs. How the dogs are killed. In the morning, the robbers come and they throw something poisonous. So dogs jump to it. They either get sick, they faint, or die also. Human being won't eat anything. If anybody gives you, any unknown person gives you something in the aeroplane or in the train in India, so they are said, don't eat it. In the name of prasad also don't eat. You don't know what he has mixed in it. And you may faint. And this is how they cheat. The girls, they cheat like that. Duped, they are duped. The cold drink, they call it spiked. Spiked cold drink is it makes something. The person faints. Sometimes we try to be very magnanimous. Foolishness is not magnanimity. Unnecessarily we try to expand our heart. Unnecessarily we touch. Unnecessarily up bolo. Unnecessarily we try to show that we are very, very generous. And then we have to pay heavily. Like this Italy mayor. You read about it. You will get all information. This world is not that simple. Reserve your place. You don't know who is what. Try to think properly. Be mature in that. Many places, they entered as COVID doctors, these robbers, that have come to check for COVID cases. They're the white coat and they looted and plundered. Therefore, we are putting these gates and walls. So if anybody comes, so they have to ask who sent you, because they are coming as plumbers, electrician. And they may take the name also that Prithviraj has sent. So way is that you confirm with that person, have you sent or not? Then only they will be allowed to enter. There will be censor there. You cannot enter. And just giving the basic rules of life. Don't be duped and don't be foolish. You take everybody's call. You start talking to everybody. Like that day that boy came to meet. Good, you said, I won't talk. He didn't come. So keep good sense available. Sometimes you need to talk. Take somebody else. Okay, you also come with me. Don't go alone. I'll talk with you. Be little smart and understanding. After being told also here, people jump to the conclusion that Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the end of Vedanta. That means unless you are doing Samadhi, you are in Samadhi, you have not attained. People ask sometimes, have you gone through Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not the end. It doesn't mean you have a goal. That is not the goal of it. Neither the Nirvikalpa Samadhi person has attained the truth. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is on the route for practicing Chitta Ekagrata, concentration. You practice Nirvikalpa Samadhi. This is not the ultimate. This sight should not be lost. But people think that Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the ultimate. About this, I'll talk tomorrow because my time is over now. And we will see this portion tomorrow. So Brahma Sutra is picking out such points which Upanishad doesn't talk about. Threadbare analysis. This is called threadbare. Taking a thread We'll see it tomorrow. Hari Om. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurupyo Namah. Hari Om.